Welcome everyone to today's live stream, which is episode 14 of our Baldur's Gate 3 Barbarian gameplay series. I'm Commander Jorval, and I want to thank you for coming on our journey today. So, as a bit of a recap, we left off last week after finishing off a set of combat with some Dwergar in the Decrepit Village. We weren't expecting to get that far. We were just going to set up the combat, but we ended up triggering it, and because of some help that we got from the Bullette, which has now been raised and is in our party, we were able to finish up that combat just before the live stream ended. So what we're going to do this week is pick back up right there in the Decrepit Village. We're going to make our way back to the Selûne's Temple at the very start where we came into the Underdark. And we're going to position ourselves for a fight with some Petrified Drow and another Spectator. So I think without any further ado, we'll jump into that. After this fight is finished, we're going to head over to the Arcane Tower and do some exploration there. It's a fairly good-sized layout to the tower with multiple floors on it, so it's going to take us a bit to explore through it. I don't think we're going to have any problem making our way through it in this live stream. And then we'll, after we finish that up, we'll head back and see about heading across the lake here to the main Dwergar encampment. So we finished up here inside the Decrepit Village. So we haven't done any looting or anything like that. We do have some quest markers that are leading us here across the lake, and that's by jumping on this skiff. You jump on this skiff here, you're going to head across the lake to a different location and continue the adventure. We're going to hold off on that for now, and then heading back, it looks like... Okay, so Sovereign Glut is here. Oh, Sovereign Glut can make their way down the net here. Okay. So we've completed what Sovereign Glut wanted us to do. We're gonna try and avoid progressing Sovereign Glut's quest line. We're gonna try and take the Bullette with us when we head back to this location here. We're going to try and keep it with us. We may have to walk the Bullette back the long way because of getting through doorways and that sort of stuff. But we'll see what we can do here. Like I say, we may have to walk it back. We'll see if we can get it back. If we can't, then we'll just complete Sovereign Glut's quest line, and that will remove Glut from the party and go from there. So, but we're going to get into this area here. The Arcane Tower is where we're going to progress to. We do have a quest marker for the Forge and a path to Moonrise Towers, and you'll see what that is as we go through this area right here. So, first of all, we're down some hit points. We've got one short rest left. So,
Pride of the gate.
I think we're just going to go ahead and take it. Get ourselves healed back up. Sovereign Glut doesn't have...
What's next, I wonder?
...any hit points. We still have some, so I think we'll be okay. So, let's go ahead and break this group here and see about doing some looting down here in the village. See what we can pick up. Because there are quite a few bodies laying around after our encounter there. So did get some camp supplies. We do want to be on the lookout for a particular type of camp supply. But so far, none of these are what we're looking for. Split that instead of send it to camp. I might. Hey, Wyll can pick up some of these things. Like I say, he's going to be selling most of these off. Don't know. We can click there. It got an autosave. That's just because it thinks we might be about to cross over on the skiff.
But I'm not up for a swim.
Don't need the poison, so I'm just going to send it to Wyll so he can sell it. Okay. So I'm going to... Well, for now, I'll just leave it on. Oh. Great. Thanks, Wyll.
One move ahead.
And we'll just keep looting a few of the last bodies here. Don't want to go that way. Continue on down this way. Don't need a shovel, already have one in the inventory. Roll to speak with the dead, that's fine. Okay, we do have a discarded journal here. You can read, there's nothing much about what's going on in here. Just kind of a little bit of an update on events that have happened around here. So we do want to, again, hold alt and watch out for things that are sitting around down on the ground. There's another
Could come in handy.
laculite we can pick up over here. Okay, and then we do have a logbook over here we can read. Nothing in it, just talking about the numerous types of gemstones, including laculite, that we've been picking up around this area. So, holding alt, looking around, making sure that there's nothing else sitting around anywhere. We'll just do a little bit of looking around. Okay, doesn't look like there's anything over here in this area that we'll be able to pick up. Do have some satchels that we can search around here. Another potion of giant strength, that's always good. Okay. And now I think we're going to head Wyll up here. We're going to continue looting some of these bodies that we have finished up over there. We also have some other stuff here in the village that we can finish looting up as well. So, go ahead and do that. Work our way around over here where the combat was. We can take a look at some more bodies over here. Holding alt. Okay, we might have... No, nothing there. Some smoke powder bombs. They weigh a ton. Okay, nothing else that we can click on up here. So again, we'll make our way through here, and we have some more bodies that we can certainly check that we left around over here. Of the Duergar that we finished off. Oh, let's see here. Some arrows that'll all go to Starian. Pick up some of these. Okay, so that's going to overburden him, so now we'll start putting these up. He can pick up the armor. Holding alt again. There is another book down here we can pick up. Doesn't look any like any of these are harvestable. So now, head around the corner here. Okay, we do have the Dwargar antidote. Now this, you can see, this is marked as orange. This is a quest item. This is the antidote for Hula back in the camp. If you don't have an antidote on you already, this is where you will pick up the antidote to cure her. There's nothing... I'm taking a look. Okay, so it grants advantage on saving throws against being poisoned and grants resistance to poison damage for 10 turns. I'll look here in a second, but I think that's the same as what the normal antidote does. The glowcap mushroom will send off. We're going to send the exterminator's axe to Dorval just to hold for now. Okay. Coming back down here, we have a javelin he can pick up. He'll just end up selling that. Okay, so now we're going to head up here and we're going to head over. Just open up some of the map. Over here. We can explore this little area here. We have a diary here on the ground. Nope, not this one. It's just a book. There it is. Okay, diary of property of Wilbrin. Again, nothing right now that we can do with this, but it may be something to hold on to if you end up finding Barkus at some point during the full version or something like that. But nothing right now that I can find the use for it. So, making our way out this way, we have... I don't think there's anything except for these holes here. And there are a few of them. There are 4 of them that you can interact with.
Just a few rocks.
The wall is riddled with holes. A suffocating stench of long rotten meat wafts out.
Okay, so I do have a survival check I can make here. 15 DC. A little short. Okay, we've got 3 inspirations. No, I'll roll again. Just one more time. Okay, so we're not going to roll it again.
The tunnels were created deliberately, but whether by tools or claws, you cannot say. The passage narrows and bends, becoming impassable before you're even elbow deep.
Okay, so nothing that you can do with these as of this particular time.
Somewhere out there
So,
are skeletons missing a piece. Nothing in there.
there are some interactions that you can do, but like I say, up to this point, nothing that you get. The bone is nothing special that I can find. I don't believe so, anyway. And then heading down this way gives you an option to be able to jump over here, but also to climb down onto this side. I'm going to take this easy here. Okay. We do have a glowing bulb up here. Okay, holding Alt. Nothing came out of it.
Something over there.
Okay. There it is. We have a gold necklace up here. The only way to get there... We'll climb Wyll back up here to the top. Is to jump onto this little piece here. Now, Wyll's not going to be able to, once he collects this, he's not going to be able to jump back up, I don't believe. Oh, he can. Good deal. Okay. So now you can come back down. It might be Astarion who can't make that jump back up there. But one of the two you'll want to watch out when you get up there, because otherwise you have to jump down and you'll take a little bit of fall damage. Okay, so we failed his perception check over here. So we'll go over here and pick up this Laccolite. And head out here on the dock. Hold Alt. There's a half-eaten apple here, which is still a camp supply. Okay, thanks for jumping up there. There is a spoiled speckle treat, which is still a camp supply. There is some wine here. And we can search this crate. And nothing. Okay, so now we can take Wyll back. I want to grab Astarion.
On my way.
And bring him over here. While Wyll's moving. Thank you, Wyll. You to go up there, please. Like I say, the pathing's a little strange sometimes. They don't like to stay on top of ladders and nets and that sort of stuff. Okay, so we're going to bring Astarion down here. We're going to cast guidance on him and then see if he can pass his perception check. Okay, so we found the dirt mountain. Okay, so we'll see what's in the chest. Some arrows that he can pick up, which is good. Okay, and that's it. Now we can take him back as well. Okay, so can't go this way. So the only ways that we have are to head back where we were. So I'm going to get everybody kind of grouped back up over here.
Defender of the people.
There is work to do.
Still breathing.
And see how well we can maneuver the Bullette around here. The Bullette isn't going to be able to get up there on its own. I don't believe, but we can jump him up here, I think. Well, it says he's got the space, but he's not able to do it from there. Move him back a little bit. Whoops, not dash. See if we can do it from here. Okay, so he's not able to get up there because of the whole line of sight. Okay, so jumping him down here might have been the end for him. Because he can't use ladders or anything like that. And he just doesn't have a line of sight to be able to land flat up there. I think he might be stuck. Just make sure. I think there's one other spot over here somewhere. Oh, it says not enough space everywhere. And And he's not able to use any of these, the cragged rock or anything like that either. So the usefulness of the Bullette might be at an end. Yeah, he can't jump over there either. So I think that's it. Okay, so he can use the net, but not the ladder. Just fine. So we'll move Glut back over here. Everybody, and we'll group everybody back up. So the Bullette is not with us at this time, which might not be a bad thing. If we're not going to be able to take the Bullette with us, then having the Bullette not with our group when we deal with Sovereign Glut is probably a good thing. So let's yeah, I think we can just go ahead and get that taken care of. So we've killed the Dwergar here on the beach. So Sovereign Glut, that completes his quest for killing them. So let's talk to him real quick.
The tumor is excised. The Dwergar are dead. Here I break ground. From the dark, your mighty circle rise. My song will fill the grotto. Death doer. The grotto may sustain but one sovereign. In the age of Glut, there may be no Spaw. Eliminates the other sovereign. A fate it has earned. My circle long suffered while the Dwergar flourished. I thanked Spaw for help, yet it cowered in the grotto and let my people be slaughtered. Choose, soul mind. Help me grow a mighty circle and reap the reward. Or protect the precious fortune as it waits the circle of Glut to devour it whole.
Okay, so the option here really is, which one do you want to support? If you support Glut, you're going to have to go back and get into a combat situation inside the Myconid colony. If you don't, then you're going to get into a combat situation here with Glut. So I'm not going to support his takeover of the other colony. So I'm not going to have any part of it.
It is my right. It is my right.
Its delicate harmonies turn to scrapes and scratches.
Your corpse will birth my circle.
Okay, so combat is engaged here. Not too worried about this combat. He's already half health. And the Bullette is now gone because he's been removed from our party, and it looks like he let that go. It's good that the Bullette's not here, or maybe it just might not be visible, but either way it's kind of trapped down here. If it was with us and we did that, then I think the Bullette would still be with him on his side, and we'd have to fight the Bullette again, which we certainly do not want to do. So I'm just going to finish this off with some cantrips, and we'll go from there. So I'm not going to spend any spells on this. Okay, so 11 hit points left.
Focus.
Shadowheart can, again, just using cantrips so I don't waste any spell slots on this or anything like that. Made a saving throw. So Astarion, he doesn't have advantage. Oh, he does have advantage. Oh, because he's threatened, and there we go. He's already happy, but we can just go ahead and end this with a bite. Oh, we can't target plants, right? We'll do an offhand attack and hopefully end it, and we do.
All ambition, no competence.
Okay, so we can search Spaw here.
No subjects. Glut won't
Got some scroll of blur, hold person, and healing. Then he's got some other items here, which is going to be too much for Wyll. I don't know why Astarion suddenly got encumbered off that. It didn't list him as being encumbered by it. Okay.
No one back home.
So now we're all back to
Believe
normal.
this.
Right. So we will
These boots have seen everything.
now make our way back to the Lunite's temple here. Or to the outpost, rather. And we'll get set up over here. Now, this fight is quite a bit different than it was in the original versions of early access. So, they opened this up. This did not used to be open, and that was dumb. Okay. This did not used to be open. You used to have to make your way around this way, and jumping from here to here, so you took damage when you were doing it and that sort of stuff, so it was always a little interesting.
Draw any attention.
So what I'm going to do is hide everybody. I want to toggle the group, and I'm going to move Jorval down here, just so he's closer to what's happening. I'm going to leave Wyll
Every step counts.
up here. I'm going to leave the imp with him for now.
My faith.
And I'm going to leave Shadowheart up here. I'll just leave her up here well for now. She's going to end up moving. And I'm going to initiate things with Astarion, as usual with a few things. So I am going to shoot this torch stalk. Are you serious? You're serious?
Where am I needed?
This game.
Don't even
All the way up here. We would just get Wyll to recast his Find Familiar. And we'll move Wyll back here into this corner where he was. His Familiar will make sure it's hidden. Okay. So, Astarion's going to go back into hiding and make his way out here. Before he does that, I'm going to take a second here. See if I can free up any space here. Okay, how about we split these? Just going to split some of these items here just to free up a little bit of... Don't know why those don't stack. See if I can put the flask over. Can't without him being encumbered, so... Doesn't look like he's going to be the person I'm going to be doing... looking at, so... Okay, so here we're going to move Astarion out here, and we're actually going to move him here. To this Petrified Drow. No, not that Petrified Drow. We're going to move it to this Petrified Drow. And when we do that, we're going to interact with the Drow here, and it's going to trigger something to happen down here. And when we do that, we want the... Well, we'll just walk through what's going to happen. How about that? So, we'll come down... Actually, we're going to come down here first. See, we're all good in a hiding successful message. There's a reason for that. Okay, so we'll send Astarion back into hiding. Not jump. Hide.
Just like old times.
Okay. And actually, not that one. We're going to interact with this drow down here.
Step carefully.
And to do that, I think this still works, but we'll check. Well, you know, I don't want to cause damage to him. I want to cause... Yeah, let's see if we can start here.
Yes.
Okay, so there's the spectator. It came out of hiding. Okay, and it saw my imp. It's about to find Wyll. Okay. Because Will's going to fail his hide here in a second.
Watching and waiting.
So... But we just get off a ray of sickness. Oh. Okay, he got it before the hide. Failed. Okay.
Should have worn better boots.
So you can see Jorval's still hidden here. Astarion is not hidden, but he certainly can be. Now, what's going to happen is the spectator is going to start unpetrifying these drows. He's going to be bringing them back to life, so to speak, and when he does that, they're going to be hostile. Now, there are a couple of different ways this encounter can play out. So, this drow right here is the leader of all the other drow that are up here. So, if the spectator kills him, then the rest of the drow, if we then kill the spectator, they will be non-hostile to us. So we can talk to them, we can interact with them, and learn some things from them. If, however, he is still alive after we kill the spectator, then all of the drow will be hostile. And we'll have to fight them as well as the spectator, or right after the spectator dies, we'll have to fight them. So what you want to do is make sure that this drow here is kind of the first one that he unpetrifies, so that then we can bring him out of his stupor, his control of the spectator, and then turn him into an ally, which then hopefully the spectator will attack and kill. So to do that, I don't think Astarion has it on him. He does not. We have... somewhere around here. Just gotta find it. We have a potion to remove paralysis or petrification. Oh, I didn't leave it. I might have left it. It might be just one more in the long line of things I didn't prepare for well enough in doing this. I might have just left it out. Okay, so we are going to do this the hard way and hope that he unpetrifies this drow to begin with. So
Let's not get caught off.
what we're going to do here with Draval is see if he has a path to jump. He does. This is going to put him into combat and cause some damage. Okay. Good, he got a good initiative roll too.
And dagger. My
So-
favorite.
Shadowheart is still outside of the sight line here, but she can enter into combat as well by casting Guiding Bolt, and we want to be able to get the Guiding Bolt plus onto him.
I was trying to concentrate.
The imp needs to take its turn, and we can just fly right down here next to it. And get a sting. One thing I did want to do that I
Comes easy these
didn't.
days.
I don't know if I'm still carrying the item. I'm not. Bad preparation on my part. Once we got rid of the Bullette, I should have taken a long rest and went back to camp. The spear that does extra damage to enemies that have multiple sets of eyes works on the spectator. And that's a big set of extra damage that I could be causing that I'm not with that. I would lose the benefits of my great weapon fighting thing because that's not technically a two-handed weapon. It's a versatile weapon, but still would have been nice to have that additional damage. And now Astarion, I think, I'm not entirely sure.
Silent as the grave.
Okay, so he can make an attack from down here. So I'll just move him kind of out of the way a little bit. Not near the edge. See if he can get off sneak attack here. Okay, he could. Alright, so now the spectator is going to get its chance, and he's going to unpetrify one of these drow. I hope it's this one here, but we'll see. Okay, it was. Okay, and he went after the imp. That was good. Okay, so he paralyzed Wyll. Now, here's where we are. So Dorn is under Spectator's charm. We want to cause some damage to Dorn, so that, and he's hostile right now. We want to cause damage to Dorn that doesn't kill him, but yet breaks him out of the Spectator's charm. Okay, so an 81% chance to hit with a bow shot. Probably my best chance here. It's certainly not going to kill him. Okay. Now you can see Dorn has turned green. He's an ally. He's not under our control, but he can fight with us. He has a low amount of hit points now. So hopefully the spectator is going to kill him. Or maybe one of the other drow that he resurrects are going to kill him, and we can end this fight with Dorn dead. and continue on the conversation at that point. So I think what we are going to do is move Shadowheart down here
Have to keep going.
just to kind of get her closer, because I do want to be able to cast Bless with her as well. We just can't do it on this turn. So Wyll is paralyzed, right? Yes. So now okay, so now my turn. And I need to dash to get up next to him. And when I do, that will get me lightning charges. So I'm going to kind of move up to here.
Don't waste a step.
I'm going to see if I can jump, because I can do this as a class action. Okay. Cause some damage both from that from the landing thunder damage, as well as from the torch stalk. And now while I'm here, I am going to frenzy. Okay, and then next turn he will be ready to go.
Go for the throat.
So Astarion now. I think we're just going to hide Astarion. Ring, and we're going to dash. Bring him up here.
Yes, here.
Put him in a position to see. I think he's probably got disadvantage. He does. He does have the advantage of hiding, though, so he can still get off a sneak attack, so we'll go ahead and do that now. Okay, good. Got some big damage done, and we're going to kind of move him around the corner a little bit. Kind of get him out of line of sight. The Spectator might still have line of sight. Nope, he doesn't. So we'll get him out of line of sight. Okay, the Spectator brought that one back. Okay, so he did kill Dorn. That's exactly what we wanted. Alright, so he's doing this. He's getting all fun about it. He flew up here. This can happen sometimes. It doesn't happen very often, but it certainly does cause this encounter to be a little more interesting, because he's now behind the lines, so to speak, from where we are. And we want to focus, even though he has brought another drow back from petrification, all of that goes away if we kill him. So we just want to focus damage on him. With him sitting in that doorway as well, it's going to cause some issues with targeting him. So let's see. Let's dash. Let's change over to Astarion quick. We're going to dash, and we're going to get Astarion up here.
A better position.
Okay, does he have a shot from there? He does. So let's see if we can get him into hiding.
The subtle approach.
We can. That's good. So he does have advantage, so he can get off a sneak attack. Okay, good. Cause some more big damage, so he's got 17 hit points left. So let's see if we can get Shadowheart. I don't know if she can see him. She can. It's only a 30% chance to hit. It's got a 55% chance to hit here, but he gets a chance to make a saving throw with it. or just a ranged attack at 25%. So I think we're probably best off here going with the cantrip and seeing if we can cause some amount of damage. Okay, so we did get 4 in there, so he's down to 13.
What now?
So now let's see if we can just get into a position here. We can't hit from there. Because I want to try and... Kind of interesting. It's giving me the can't shoot him icon here, but it's showing that if I move, I can shoot. So let's just move down to here.
No choice but to keep going.
Why is he... I mean, I get that he's frightened, but that doesn't lock him into place. So why is he not able to move? I do not know.
I won't give in.
Okay, so why is that? Anybody see? Am I missing something about why he is not able to move? He's able to attack down here. He can attack, he just can't move. It's interesting. That's why there's an X there, is because he can't move. He can't move to execute that attack.
Darkness protect.
So interesting. So there's not much he can be able to do. I don't want to attack the other drow. That's kind of the point I'm trying to make. I don't want to attack them while they're under his spell, because he's going to go after and try and kill them. I could, I guess, probably just wake him up just with a small ranged attack instead of doing a main hand attack. Going to cause a lot of damage, but hopefully I don't crit. Okay, so it missed, so it doesn't matter anyway. So
I feel death's cold.
Starian's turn is now done. Shadowheart's turn has already been finished. We can actually cast... We'll use up our last second level spell for this to get Wyll some more hit points. His way is going to get off an attack here. It did miss and now will. So the question is, can Wyll do 13 points of damage here and kill the spectator? So he's only got a 30% chance to hit with that. His Eldritch Blast, yeah, all of these have a 30% chance to hit just because the target is obscured. So... Now, he doesn't have anything else to be able to use, so it looks like he's going to get... Actually, I could throw a cloud of daggers down here. That's probably not going to be enough to kill him, but it could be. And it's a guaranteed hit for a good chunk of damage as opposed to a 30% chance that we hit and maybe kill. So 6 of one, half dozen the other here. I think I'm going to throw down, well, one more thing. I could cast Scorching Ray at 30%, and I've got 3 of them. Each one isn't going to kill. I'd need to get at least 2 to hit. Actually, let's look at... Does he have a... He's got a Scroll of Magic Missile. Let's see if I can get... If I hit with all of these 2 to 5 apiece, but I've got poison damage.
Tormento.
Perfect. So getting the additional poison damage onto each one of those projectiles was enough to kill him. Okay. By itself, probably would not been enough, but because he's wearing the poisoner's robe, I was able to get enough damage on each projectile to basically double the amount of damage I could do. So, and now you see the drow have gone, or the drow that are petrified out here are still petrified, but they're not hostile, and this drow here is non-hostile, so we can talk to them. So that only happens if Dorn dies when the combat ends. Okay, that's the only way it happens. You can free more of them, because every turn the spectator will unpetrify another drow. So you can wait a few turns and prolong that combat and try and survive long enough to get, after Dorn dies, to get them all unpetrified, and talk to them some more. But it doesn't really change what happens out of the encounter here. So that did kind of work out. So we'll... The spectator normally doesn't have anything in their inventory, so we will bring everybody down here and get them all grouped up.
No time to waste.
Time to press ahead.
Defender of the people.
Okay, we can group everybody up, and we're going to go talk to Isway here.
Arcane. Flesh once more. Crack. A pity Dawn cannot say the same. Hardly. I came here with the wizard Dawn. He vowed to share his fortunes in exchange for protection. A man called Zargrim stepped from the shadows. They argued until their words turned to screams. Zargrim summoned the spectator and fled. An unusual spectator at that. Adept at petrification. I was unprepared.
Okay, so you're learning a few things here.
I paid notice. There was talk of a pact and a forge, as I recall. I will free the others, and we will return home.
Okay. So you did pick up some information there about what Dorn was doing. So we are going to go around. We can pick up a few things around here. And we're going to go search Dorn. Okay. So some gold, some stuff that we'll send over to Wyll to have him sell. Okay, some things that now he's overloaded, we'll just have or carry some pack supplies, so we'll send those off. The memory shard, we'll leave that on Jarval. The icy helve, I can't remember who's got the other part, so we'll take a look at it here in a second. And we have the blast pendant. And now we'll take a look at our inventory and kind of look at what we picked up. Welcome to the stream, by the way. Sorry I was in the middle of a fight there. So I didn't acknowledge you earlier. I apologize for that. Okay, so here's another piece. So we have the icy helve, and we have an icy crystal. Now, when you look at these combined, but there's 3 pieces here. So if you go in here, the combined does not light up yet. There's a 3rd piece to this that we currently do not have. So don't worry about the combined portion of it yet, but we do have 2 of the 3 pieces that we're going to need here. We picked up the blast pendant. Now the blast pendant's interesting. What it does is, as a class action, which in this case is a bonus action, when you use a bonus action to cast this when you start, your next lightning spell or cantrip does additional lightning damage equal to the how many lightning charges you have. So for spellcasters, especially ones that have the sparkle spell, which is the staff that when you cast spells with it does lightning damage but also gets you lightning charges, this can be a fairly good complement to that. We're not using the Spell Sparker, we're using the Jolt Shooter instead. But if you do take the Spell Sparker and put that on your mage, having the Lightning Blast as an amulet, filling up your amulet spot, can give you some additional damage whenever you cast things like, in the new patch, Lightning Bolt and things like that. So also doing damage with your Spell Sparker, doing lightning damage with that counts to activate this as well. So it can be a pretty interesting piece of complementary equipment to go along with what you've got. We're just not going to have a use for it in this playthrough. We also did pick up the Exterminator's Axe. Again, interesting, but very conditional. So it's a two-handed great axe, so I would benefit from the Great Weapon Master feat that I've taken. It also does 1d6 fire damage to plants, insects, or small creatures. So dealing with plants, meaning that once you pick it up, if you get into a fight with, say, the Myconids, as an example, this Exterminator's Axe is going to do an additional 1d6 fire damage whenever it happens. If you get into a fight with insects, say spiders and that sort of stuff, then this will do an additional 1d6 fire damage to go along with it. So it's conditional, but it can be a good backup weapon. The issue we're going to have is carrying around backup weapons all the time, so to speak, because the Great Axe +1 was our backup weapon previously. So 1d12 plus 4. This is 1d12 plus 3 because it's not a +1 weapon. But it could conditionally do 1d6 of fire damage. So it's another one of those things that you can make a decision if you want to keep this as kind of a situational weapon on you. You may want to give up something else, kind of like I'm going to do with a bunch of these other weapons that I'm carrying that are just taking up carry weight that I don't really need to have. So once we take our long rest coming up here, we'll sort out all of our weapons and kind of go from there. So for now, we're going to, if we blow up that torch stock, Isway is going to take some damage. Okay. So
No one stopped me yet.
now we can kind of open up the map a little bit. We are familiar with some of this, but you can also see that these nauseous fumes are due to a vent, a ruptured stone on the ground, meaning you're not going to be able to get rid of these things just by blowing them up or by causing fire damage to them. So if you set fire to these, they're just going to come back once the fire burns out. So it's not really very helpful to clear them out using fire. So I'm going to pick up the Chasm Creeper here. Actually, I'm going to do that with Wyll. I think he can pick that up without being encumbered.
Never a dull moment.
Okay, and now holding Alt, we have a skeleton right up here, and I'm going to break the group when I do this, just so I don't have people wandering in to the fumes while I'm just searching. Okay, so his perception failed. Doesn't really matter, because the perception, we'll see if Astarian can pick it up. Perception just finds the ruptured stone in the center of this. Okay, so remember, stepping into the nauseous fumes, you take a lot of poison damage here. I do have somebody who is as a dwarf is resistant to poison. But he obviously doesn't have any trapping skills, so to speak. But I can try. I can put a... Oh, he actually already has a thieves' tool on him. You know, I've never actually done this, but it might be interesting to try. He doesn't have a trap disarm kit. I've only got 2 of them. Let's see. Okay, so I can't throw. This one you don't need to really deal with. What's over here is just an alchemist fire that you can pick up. But again, I don't want anybody to walk through those fumes.
Trap. Be
Okay.
cautious.
So see, there's a backpack on top of this one that's blocking it from letting any fumes out. So if you go and pick up that backpack, it's going to let the fumes out. The torch is going to light those fumes on fire and everything in the world's going to blow up. So you can throw things on it. I don't know as if I have anything that's going to plug it. Let me just look. Yeah, I don't think I have anything that's going to plug it. Let's bring
Keep your distance, darling.
Astarian back here. I don't know. I do have an excess of the smoke powder charges.
Blade at the ready.
Let's see if this blocks it or if it just sets it off. Okay, so it doesn't block it, so that is the explosive version. It doesn't set on the ground. So, okay, so the 2 areas here, you just want to make sure you do not pick up the backpack here. You can search it, but just don't pick it up. Okay, a hand crossbow with silver necklace that we can pick up. That's not supposed to happen.
Ever onward.
Still alive, so that's progress. Never wanted the easy path.
Okay. And now you can see what continues to happen as long as that fire surface is there. You're going to continue to get explosions as the ruptured stone lets out more nauseous fumes. So, this way is closed off to us now. I have no idea why it did that. Normally you have to pick up the backpack, but I guess it might have been changed at some point to just do it whenever you search the backpack as well. So, there is another way down into this area over here. There are a couple of ways to get there, but I don't know if everyone can make this. Okay, we'll see. So the other way to get across there is here. What we're going to do is have Astarian cast guidance on himself. And now we're going to have... We'll all jump across here. Okay, so everyone was able to make it. And there was somebody that found the dirt mound. Okay, so we'll inspect the chest. Arrow of ice and some basic poison again. Okay, so now you can climb down here.
Let's keep going.
There's a cragged rock here, which you can come down, climb down to here. Thing is now, you have to be able to jump across to here. I'm not entirely sure if anybody can make that jump. Okay, good, they can. Great. So now I can avoid all of the shenanigans happening up there. And make our way down here. Okay, and this puts us over here. Alright, we do have a spiderweb here that we can just knock down. If we come out here, you can hold Alt, and you see we have quite a few things that we can search.
What a day.
So we're going to bring Astarion in here. Not hide. Can't tell you how many times in all my playthroughs I keep clicking the wrong button on that. So we can search the sack, nothing there. Bring him up close to the chest, make sure it's not trapped, and then we can lockpick it.
Challenge.
Okay, even with a 15, we're getting a plus 11 bonus by itself. And we can throw in guidance. $27, nice roll.
A resupply stash. I wonder if
Okay, so some gold. There's the basilisk oil that I was looking for. So we can read the paper here. It just basically tells you that this is a stash from Loth, the Drow, the spider goddess of the Drow. So pick up some, and the basilisk oil here. Can send that to Grovall for now. Okay, so now here we have on educating the faithful. So there's a book here that we can read. It talks about Loth, and who Loth is to the Drow and that sort of stuff. So some more interesting lore and history to it and that sort of stuff. It's also worth, again, quite a bit from that perspective. So then you have spider eggs and cocoons that you can search around here. Okay, so some water. That's kind of interesting. I want to go try something. Like, I don't know if he'll be able to make that jump back up there, so I'm not going to take him. Going to put that water here. Because I could use the staff to do this.
Road ahead. Swift as my feet can carry me.
But just running through some options here. 'Cause I don't know if I don't know if you can make it back up there even with my high strength. Okay, I can. I'm going to climb back up the rock here. Move back over here, jump back across. Okay, and I'm going to move up here and I'm going to throw that water. Okay. Okay. So that put the fire out, so now you can see what it does up here. It just lets out that same nauseous cloud. If you set it on fire, it just doesn't ever go away, though. Okay, that's the difference between what that does. So, at the very least, it got an annoying background noise out of the way. And we didn't need the water anyway, so no big loss. Whereas the spell, or the staff, you know, at least I get to keep that conjure water available to me to use if I need it or something. Okay, so we'll group everybody back up here. And we'll continue to move on down this way. Okay, and you can see we get down here into this open area here. And we're making our way over toward this area, which is definitely where we want to go. But we want to do a little exploration first in this area. So we're gonna split the group and just bring Astarion down here first. Actually, we're gonna leave Astarion here and see if he can shoot down on this one first.
Let's do it.
Okay. So now I want to move him down here, and we're going to clear out these torch stalks. It should be far enough back. Okay, we definitely don't want these causing any unforeseen problems for us while we go through this area down here. So, just going to clear it out. Okay. Okay. And we do want to make our way over to this area over here. There's a rock that goes down. You know, I've never noticed that before. We're going to blow this up and see what it does. If you hold Alt, you can't see it yet. But I want to take the shot from here. Okay. Now we're going to jump over there. I'm pretty sure he'll be able to jump back up here. Okay. And we have a skeleton we can search, and we have the Helm of Autonomy. So, what this does is basically gives you proficiency in your wisdom throws. So, what it does is it's giving you a bonus for your wisdom saving throws based upon your current wisdom score. So you're more likely to succeed on your wisdom saving throws. So this helm is a decent helm if you don't have anything else going on to help you avoid things like being charmed and that sort of stuff. So it can be helpful if you've got anything that basically doesn't do anything better, so to speak, for you. But we have better on everybody right now. So I'm real interested in where this goes. I've never actually clicked on this before, and because of that, I'm going to save. And I hope you'll forgive me if this goes somewhere that it's not supposed to. Give me a second. Okay. You and I are going to get to experience something brand new together. In my playthroughs, I have never clicked on that. Not a single time. So, we're going to go explore that together. For the first time. So this ought to be interesting for everybody. And I'm going to take Astarion and move him down there. I'm going to come back to this group so that he doesn't get damaged by all of the thunder jumping. Okay, and then I'm gonna... It looks like I'm gonna have to split the group. I'll move him down there. Why are
The pride of
Wyll
the gate.
and Shadowheart
ready.
just not being sociable? Okay, so they're following each other now. Okay. So now everybody should be down here. And we'll group everybody back up. Okay, so this is the first time that I have been down here. So we have a hunter up here. Buwal's faithful. He's not hostile right now. So that is a chance to apply bleed to a target. Looks like he's carrying a crossbow. So we can do ranged bleeding here. Okay. This is so interesting. I love finding new stuff that I did not know was here. So to be safe about this,
Cautious.
we're going to hide. And we're going to take it slow, coming through this area, holding Alt occasionally. And just opening things up a little bit. Okay, there's Sylvan Stone here we can loot. Okay, so we could get out and come down this way. Okay, there's a lot of them. So where are we? He's got both of his spells. Shadowheart has 2 first levels left. I do not have any more frenzy charges, which would be bad. They're not all that high on hit points, but still having a frenzy would be good. I don't know if I'm going to be able to take a long rest down here or not. Let's see if we can. Okay, looks like we can. It's good. So
Don't waste a step.
we need to pick up a couple of things from our traveler's chest, and we are going to clear out our inventory a little bit too here. So we're going to take the Great Axe +1 and we're going to send it to our camp. We're going to send Faithbreaker. We're going to keep the Exterminator's Axe. We're going to get rid of the Blood Guzzler garb and send that to camp. We've got some other camp supplies that we can send off. Okay, the Helm of Autonomy we're not going to use. The Blast Pendant again we're not going to use. I could just sell these off, but I might as well I can send them to camp as well. Oh. Okay. Yeah, the short sword +1 he's going to sell. Okay. So here we're going to pick up a couple of things. We're going to pick up an Autumn Crocus bundle for something else. So wine at 6 apiece to get 40. I need 6 of these. So we'll split into 6 and that other went here. So now we're at 36 and we need another one of the butter buns. Okay, so there's all of our camp supplies that we need for our long rest. So, let's see what it auto-selects. I don't want it to select that. Or that, or that. That looks like I had some camp supplies in my inventory already, so we'll go sort those out. Okay, so here we did still have some camp supplies left out. Oh yeah, Wyll picked up some of them. And these spore sacks and that sort of stuff was going to sell, but I can send those to camp. This should not be wares, this should go to camp. Okay. So now let's put everybody back in hiding. And let's see what this is going to entail. So we have more hunters up here up top. Got a large group of them down here, including the zealous here. What are they worshipping? So it looks like somebody might have been sacrificed. This is just an old boat wreck. Okay. So nobody's hostile here, so there are some opportunities. I think I'm going to leave everybody in hiding. I'm going to toggle the group. I'm going to go down there with Wyll. I'm going to take Wyll out of hiding. Venture him down here and see what this is about. Okay, so we can talk him, so let's go do that.
Our blood to fill your oceans, O blessed Boal. Our bones to build your temple in the deep.
A wave of pure devotion washes over you, and with every surge you feel a presence grow in response.
Word, priest! Promises! Your god wants proof! Wants blood!
These beings are Kuatoa, former Mind Flayer slaves that manifest their gods through sheer belief.
You, our Lord of Murder, demands sacrifice. You will be an offering for the great god Boal.
Okay, interesting. Let's try and do an Arcana check here. Ooh. Wow. Well, that was fun. I'm not going to use inspirations to roll again.
Boal wants a sacrifice! Boal wants blood!
Oh? What's that then? What you got for blessed Boar?
Interesting. Another DC of 20. This would give me advantage. Might as well. Okay, so they passed their saving throw on the charmed person, so that failed as well.
Oh, don't worry. Rest of the world will know me soon enough. But you first.
Blood! Bull demands blood!
Okay, so where's the initiative roll? Okay, so he's in the middle. Okay, so Wyll got downed. This is bad.
What now?
Okay, so Wyll is done. He didn't get a chance to attack because he was the only one that was involved in the combat, which is what I wanted to have happen if things went south.
Taking my time
But
in the shadows.
he died before his turn happened. So we are now going to go back into this. One person down. So okay, we can revivify Wyll down here. So we do have that as an option. And we are going to also try and get some high ground with Astarion here. Okay. So we're going to sneak attack and the Kuatoa Hunter here and start things off that way. But let's make sure everybody else is in position. Speak. I'm going to move Shadowheart up to here. Actually, no. I'm going to leave her back here behind this pillar.
I can be subtle sometimes. Never wanted the easy path.
Okay. And we're going to start this off with Astarion.
Let's have some fun.
So there's another way to play this. But you need some really serious DCs to, DC checks to be able to pass it. So, I'm not interested in going through another, section of trying to pass this and work out what it's all about. But that's obviously not a god. He was something else. We just need we need some good rolls and some bonuses to be able to see through it. So, let's start with a sneak attack here, and we'll kick this off. Okay, so his stealth was successful.
Very, very quiet.
Shouldn't have wished to live in more interest.
Okay, so there you go. So we are gonna... Oh, so that went in on my Barbarian. Okay, so Astarion is not in combat yet. Thought I stink. Okay. So, we are definitely going to frenzy here.
Another fight. Let's go.
So, let's dash with him first to get lightning charges. Okay, we are going to come up here. We're going to jump right back here behind all of them. Okay. Now we are going to frenzy. Okay, so his attacks are done. What we definitely need to do here, though, with Shadowheart is see if we can get in range to get a bless down. So let's just move over here. Because I don't... It's a long way. Okay, so I can get... Let's just move her right up to the edge of the detection cone. We're going to throw down a bless here. Okay, so she can't reach it from there. You'd have to move up to there to cast it. Okay, so she did not get it off.
Time for a little death.
Okay, but we do have another attack here with Astarion, and I think he's going to do some area denial stuff on this. So I think he's going to... And let's see if he can throw an alchemist fire down. Okay, that brought him into combat, so going to be a lot of attacks that happen against him. And we do have Wyll coming up here. Going to get an attack. Oh, he's got bloodlust. Okay. Alright, we'll see if he survives. Yes. Okay. Miss. Two. Alright. This is good. They're missing. Okay, and that went after Astarion. So, now Astarion gets a turn here, and they are just all grouped up. This is a barbarian's, dream here. To have everybody so closely bunched up. So we are going to dash, obviously, because he can't, well, can he get a sneak attack here? He does not have that advantage. Let's dash. Get him over here. Oh, that's a not gonna say it. See if we can hide here.
Let's find some prey.
Okay, so his hiding was successful. So now let's get a sneak attack off here. Alright, and kill him. It's gonna end his turn. I'll actually, yeah, that's a good place to end his turn. And now, oh boy. Barbarians love this. Okay, so let's see what we want to do here. So we've got some people around him that are hurt. That have 5 hit points, 10 hit points, 11 hit points. So let's see what we want to do here. So alright, I think we want to get a kill here with a frenzied strike. So let's go after somebody we know we're going to be able to kill. That's a 50% chance to hit. So let's hope this hits. Because I can't get a bless yet because Bullette has to go next before Shadowheart does. So now let's go after somebody else. Go after 45%, 45, 50. Boy, that 50 is just the better opportunity here. Okay, let's do a regular attack first. Okay, and we want to get a kill with it. Okay, so there's our kill. So now we can use a bonus attack here as our straight up Great Weapon Master all-in bonus. It's 17 to 27, so let's just go after anybody and hope we can get another kill out of this. I'm not going to be able to stave off Bullette here. I'm going to have to take a hit from him, but then hopefully I can heal him up a little bit when Shadowheart's turn comes in. So let's just go after another attack here. Perfect, got that kill. See what Bullette does. Okay, did some serious damage. Okay, now what we need to do here is get her in a position to cast Bless. Correct the camera, and we want to get off a level 2 version of this. Okay, to get 8 hit points back. And hopefully that'll be enough to miss, only 3 points. Okay. So we certainly need to take out the Zealous. His fire is causing me some issues. We're gonna dash with Astarion. We're gonna bring him down here and we're gonna hold for a second. Because I want to try something here. So we're going to go to Derval, and again we're going to try just our regular attack here. Now we're up to a 55% chance to hit. Okay, that was a miss. Wow. Okay, that's gonna hurt.
Let's spill some blood.
So, what I was trying to do is not going to work. So, we're gonna turn off dual wielding. Okay. Good. That killed him straight out. And now we're going to go get a vampire bite here. Let's see. He's already dashed. So we can get quite a ways. I don't know if we can get all the way around though. Get over here. So I think we're just going to move in, try and take some of the heat off of him.
Over here.
Okay.
Still on my feet.
Okay, so Bull did go after Astarion that time. Okay, so can she reach? No. Okay, Astarion only has 6 hit points left. Okay.
Take your... Got to concentrate.
Okay, and we're going to end her turn. Okay, so Astarion now is not in a position maybe he is. Okay, we're gonna use click heals here. What's gonna happen here is Bull, if I move away from him, he's going to have an attack of opportunity, but now he has disadvantage on it. So let's see if he hits Astarion and knocks him down or not. He missed. Perfect. We're going to go around. We're going to get around behind. We're going to attempt to hide here.
Now they see me.
And he can. And now we're going to sneak attack melee on this one. Okay. Now, he does have another bonus action here, so I think we're just going to get him in position to do an offhand attack here. Okay. So now, what I would like to see happen is to see this attack hit. Okay. That gets him his bonus attack here. Okay, perfect. Now he's going to get an attack. Oh, he went after Astarion. Okay. I can get Astarion up. Weird how the camera keeps messing up there. And now I'm going to move her into a position where she's not in line of sight from the hunter. Okay, and now she is going to cast Guiding Bolt on Bullette. Okay, that's going to end her turn. Okay, so I was able to see her. Okay, so he's far enough away that I think... Okay, we're going to get Dorval out of the way here. Now we're going to move Astarion around. Okay, I'm afraid of moving him there like this. Okay, so it did work. So now from where he's at... Let's see if he can hide. Can. Got him just far enough outside the detection cones. So now he can melee sneak attack this. Okay, and now he has 2 more bonus actions to attack. Outstanding. Okay. And I can move him
With finesse.
kind of out of sight. End his turn.
Stand in my way.
Now here, I'm just going to dash.
Swift as my feet can carry me.
Now, get him to there. Get him to jump. Okay, cause some damage. Now he still has his bonus action. Oh, he missed. Okay.
Let's finish this.
So, all in. What it's all about. Okay. So now we can bring everybody down here and we can go through the whole revivify thing. So Wyll is dead. So there are some options here. We have the scrolls of revivify. We have 3 of them that are in our party right now. We can use one of those if we would like. However, we're not in combat right now. We don't really need to be in combat right now at this point. So that we have another option available to us to bring Wyll back. And for that, we're going to take a long rest.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
And here in our camp is Withers.
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a resurrection? Then thou must return with the proper payment.
Okay. So basically 200 gold, we can resurrect Wyll and not have to use any of our revivify scrolls.
Well counted. I recommend keeping my distance for a moment. By doom and dusk, I strike thy name from the archives. Rise.
Okay. And now Wyll is back. As easy as that. Okay, so if you're not in combat, Withers, who you'll remember we unlocked a long time ago back in the Shattered Temple, that's what he's useful for. Okay, if you're not in combat, don't waste your revivify scrolls to bring somebody back. Just bring them back using that command there. So let's, before we do that, take a quick look at what our gold situation. So we've got 4,200 because we're going to be heading back here in a little bit. Our carry weight's getting up there, but we should still be okay. So we will pick up some more wine. So yeah, we'll take all of those. We will then split that with one and put this one back in camp. And now we need 4 So we can split the onions. Okay. Didn't split them? Yeah, it did. Okay. And now we're good. Alright. So, an interesting encounter there. I'll have to, like I say, the first time I've ever played through that as part of a playthrough. I didn't even realize it was here. So, it's a good thing that we found it. So we can go through and do some looting here and see what's up. I'm very interested in the other ways that this can be played. Because there are obviously some fairly impressive
what's hiding here?
Skill checks that can be made to bring in other options. So I'm really interested
Answer from the present.
in what other options there are for playing through this. It seems like it could be very, very interesting. But for now, everything's dead. So, Buwal's arms. Oh, javelins. Okay, interesting. I was like, what is it? Fossilized shell shield. Interesting. So we're gonna quickly run out of carry weight. Picking up all this stuff. So we'll look at one more hunter here. Then we'll see what the red cap has to offer. Nothing in particular. Okay. So let's take a look at the gilded chest. Wow, that's all you get out of a gilded chest. Okay, so we'll just distribute these things around. More camp supplies. Okay, don't need the starfish. Okay, so holding Alt. Nothing else here, doesn't look like. So let's kind of go do some exploration here and see what else is down here in this area. So again, holding Alt as I go. I'm going to take some tiny movements. Looks like there's a possible jumping path around here. Let's split the group. Okay, so we have a locked chest over here that takes a long jump to get to. Not entirely sure that Astarion can make that jump. Okay. I'm going to try and keep away from the torch dock here.
Trap. Be cautious.
And the chest is trapped. Okay. So nothing else here on the ground, it doesn't look like. So let's see if Astarion can make this jump. Pretty sure he can make this first one. Yes. Question is, can he make this one? He cannot. Nope. So, let's try something else here. Let's move Astarion back.
Moving in.
That was interesting. I'll have to explore that here in a second and see what this does to the gilded chest. Okay, so it didn't kill it, which is good. So now options for getting Astarion over here to disarm this. The main one is this. Okay, so we can have Astarion drink the potion of Hill Giant Strength. That's going to last for 10 turns. So we can drink it. Okay, we can jump over here. We can disarm this chest. Okay, now we can lockpick it. You can see the timer's still only at 9 turns. Okay, and now we can take a look at it. So, slippery chain shirt. Okay, so we're gonna jump back over here while he still can.
Moving.
Alright, and we can bring our Barbarian back as well.
On my way.
We're going to move everybody out of the way.
Looking ahead.
Okay. Now, Astarion's going to become encumbered when this wears off. Okay. So now we can start making some priorities here. So before we end the stream, we'll just quickly... Oh no, we still got time. Yeah, we still got plenty of time. So the slippery chain shirt. So this has Aura of Protection on it, so when the wearer heals a creature, it automatically disengages and won't trigger opportunity attacks. So it's medium armor that has an armor class of 14, which is less than the 15 of our scale mail. So if we do wear okay, so if we did change this out, our armor class is going to drop by 1. But now whenever you, and it's not actually him, it's Shadowheart. Okay, so hers would drop to 18. Okay, in wearing it. However, what it allows her to do is whenever she heals somebody, she will automatically disengage and won't trigger opportunity attacks. Now, how that is beneficial
What am I to do?
is Shadowheart has Cure Wounds, which is a melee range spell. Meaning that she needs to touch somebody for that to work, which means she has to get in range of other creatures that might be attacking whoever she wants to heal. So then if she tried to step back out of the way after she healed him, she might take an attack of opportunity. This prevents that from happening. So at the cost of 1 armor class drop, which means she still has the highest armor class of anybody in the party because of the +2 from her shield. She can get the benefit of possibly now being able to move in and use Cure Wounds, which does much more healing than Healing Word does. 2d4 as opposed to 2d8. So it's an interesting thing for her to carry, and I think we're going to try it out with her and just kind of see how it works, or if it works. But we'll see how it goes. Let's try and distribute some weight here and find out what we need to, or what we want to drop and get rid of. Because these are low worth. We can immediately drop those off. So what gets her below? So she needs to be below 72. So I think I can just drop the myconid flesh as well, and that'll get her down where it needs to be. Okay. So let's now continue on exploring this area. And again, we're going to take short groups of steps here. We'll head up here and
breathe deep and move.
Just make sure there's nothing up here. There's some more mushrooms.
More for me?
Okay, and there's another gilded chest down here.
Hello again.
Let's have Starian go check this. Okay, so nothing there. These are the worst gilded chests I have ever seen.
Let's move.
There's just nothing really worthwhile in them. Okay, this is a way down here. We have another Bullette trumpet, but I don't think I'm going to go down there just to get that. So let's go check and see what's over here. Interesting.
Best be on my way.
Okay, so we are going to go down here right into this area. We will pick this up now that we're down here. Another one over here. There.
Always room for more?
Okay, so somebody passed the perception check, which is good. That's why you want to take short movements, because you never know when you're going to run into one of those. Thankfully, one person was actually able to pass it. Not like it matters all that much. Nothing in it. Nothing really in it. Okay, so we're going to head across here and see what's down here this way. I think we're going to go into hiding here as we get close.
That's a friendly looking shadow.
Because we do have some rather strange markings on the ground down here. We want to kind of play this a little safer. Oh, so they drew a picture of Uatoa down here. Ground. More camp supplies. Oh. Okay. A message in a bottle.
Wonder if the gods are watching me.
Interesting. Well, let's go back here and pick up some fish. We'll come back out and pick up the message in a bottle. Yeah, you're going to be encumbered. I know. We'll have Wyll try and pick up the Lacolite. Okay, and now we'll send these camp supplies off. Fish are kind of heavy, so... Alright, so we'll split the group here.
Something smells tasty. Let's see.
Okay, so you reach it from the dock. Okay. And sorry I stopped running and ran out of paper on the road. This is Zevlor says you got lost and that our old house is gone, but I read a book that says all the rivers find their way, and it's when you get it. Can you write me back in Baldur's Gate or maybe come... This is Donnie's journal. Interesting. Okay. So does he pick up... something from Donnie? Yeah. Interesting.
I can't waste any more time.
Okay, so we'll keep exploring around here. Holding Alt, looking around, conch cell down here. Search the barrel. That's going to overload Wyll. So we'll have to make a trip back to the Myconid colony here in a bit to go sell. Okay, another dirt mound. Okay, again, not much that we're getting from these chests. Fairly disappointing. Can Wyll pick up the Lacolite? 0.01 pounds? Okay, that he can.
Quiet now. Don't waste a step.
Now holding Alt looks like we've got some interesting things over here. Heavy chest out here in the water. We have a bunch of gold pieces kind of strewn all over the place. Again, this is why Alt makes it so much easier here, just to be able to click on the names while you're holding Alt instead of trying to find individual pieces of gold on the ground. Okay, so we've got some wine here. Just zooming in a little bit, seeing what else is around. Holding Alt, there's a book here. Interesting. It's not worth a whole lot. So now we'll go out here and we will toggle the group and we'll take Astarian out here. And Astarian's again being antisocial. And bring him up close to the chest. Okay, so it's not trapped. Okay, so now Jorval's encumbered. Not by much, though. You can send off the camp supplies. That should get us back. Okay. So now, looks like the water only goes out a certain distance. Yeah, it only goes out to there. So... can't reach out there.
Best be on my way.
So I think we're just about done. It doesn't look like there's anything else, so we can not be hidden anymore. No more chances for enemies, I don't think. Okay. So yeah, looking at it, looks like we opened up the entire map. So we are going to head back to the Myconid colony, and we can finish out some quests back there and clear out our inventory. So first, let's go clear out our inventory.
Perhaps
We can do that in a couple of places. So first, let's talk to Blurg here.
Ah, a visitor. You're a welcome sight.
So for some reason, his dialogues have reset.
A good bargain. If anything in my private collection is to your liking.
Okay, so let's start with Wyll and get him to sell off what he can until he runs out of gold. Okay, so he's got insufficient gold, so now we can look at some of the items that we were wanting to pick up anyway. The Lifebringer we had talked about last time, so we're not going to go through all of these. Songwalker's Gift, we might as well pick it up. It would give somebody who doesn't have dark vision, it would give them dark vision. You've got 2 ring slots, and most of the characters don't have a second ring slot occupied. And then Sapphire Spark is nice, and all if I'm using a scroll to cast Magic Missile, I would get an additional 1d4 out of it. So it's kind of one of those things that you keep the Amulet of Misty Step around for when you need it, but then you change it out to be something else, like the Sapphire Spark before you get into combat. So I think we are going to pick up definitely the Sunwalker's Gift here. And we'll pick up the Sapphire Spark. Both of these are going to go on to Wyll. He does not have either one of those. Okay, and he can now sell. We can continue selling where we were. So the Circlet of Fire, we want to put back. Oh no, we don't need that. We were selling that. The Drow studded leather armor. Yeah, the Moondrop pendant we didn't need. So now we can continue on selling these other items. Okay, so Astarion has some things he can sell here as well. We are gonna just send these over to Wyll. He can sell these. Okay, Shadowheart has some items as well. Doesn't. That. All going to Wyll. He is keeping the Amulet of Sylvanas. And Jorval has a bunch of stuff he can send over to Wyll as well. We'll just let... Okay, so Wyll is now completely overloaded. So let's go ahead and sell off on this. Be careful. We are selling that Scale Mail +1. Okay, so now we can go back and continue transferring some items here. So make sure there's nothing up here that we want to get. Yeah, see the basic poisons we're never going to use that many of them. The Exterminator's Axe is our backup, so we're keeping that. Grease bottles. Don't need. These Spore Flasks we're not going to use. Sylvan Stone he can sell. I think it's time for us to get rid of some of these other items in here as well. We'll keep these for now. Okay. So we'll go back to Wyll and kind of be careful about what we're selling here. Getting rid of those. So now, how many of the explosives do I have? I've got 1 and 2. This satchel is one that you throw and it does not ignite until you shoot it with, or hit it with fire or something like that. This explodes when you throw it. So that's the difference between the two, and lends to the utility of one over the other. So I think going to sell those. 15 pounds, we just don't need to carry. And the Drow studded leather armor we don't need. Again, it's great light armor. We've already got one, I think. Actually, I'll just send it to camp. I think we've already got one in our camp, but since I can't remember, I'll just leave it for now.
Well. I have mushrooms to catalog.
Okay, and now we can head out again and head down this way. Check out the bone cloaks, and then we'll go finish up some quests.
We'll be clearing out soon enough. No point in lingering now I've got the noble stock.
Okay, make sure she doesn't have anything that we want. And she doesn't, so we're good.
This'll do wonders for the shop.
Alright, so now we're going to go finish out a quest here. And that's with the Sovereign.
It greets you with a harrowing elegy, cheerless as the new moon. You are one with Spaw. Your throat tightens, then relaxes. The air is serene, your mind untroubled.
And I sense only silence from the Dwergar hunters. The rot is cleansed. The songs we sing now carry your spirit. You shall now be called Kin Spirit. You aid us in good faith. In good faith, I thank you. The Guardian Gate is open. Go and claim your reward. But before this, I have another boon to ask of you. You have cut out the Dwergar blight, but not its source.
In your mind's eye, Spaw shows you a drow striding among Markened dead.
Near. This one is called. He hunted us. Hunt him in turn. Bring me his head, and I will know my circle is safe. The Drow lurks in the ruins beyond the lake. Bring him death, and return.
Okay, so we got an inspiration back, which we needed. That brings us back up to 3. And we now get to pick up our quest reward. Now, it can be a little difficult to see, but here's where the refuge is. The gate that opened is right here. Okay. So when you walk in here, this opens up. Now if you hold Alt, you can see a lot of stuff in here. Okay, so rotten tomatoes, no good for us. Don't need the large bottle or anything like that. We can do some searching in here though.
Have I got everything then?
Okay, rotten chicken eggs we don't need. Camp supplies. Scroll of false life and hold person.
I'll take that.
Okay, we do have some mushrooms. Some bottles that we don't need to deal with. Okay, so we do also have some scrolls here. So a scroll of blindness. Ray of sickness.
Am I needed?
Okay.
Let's get going.
We have a bottle back here, nothing else, so we can search the corpse here. Okay.
We'll have to be more watchsome next time.
The cover proudly announces this book to be Flumph Mating Rituals.
Okay. So, you've got some options here. I'm going to put it away. I'm going to send this to Wyll. The icy metal I'm going to pick up. The onyx is going to go to Wyll, and so's the basic poison. Okay. And let's look at our inventory with Wyll here. Okay, so the book is here. You can see it's in orange. So let's have...
Do wonders for the shop.
Can't keep getting lost like that.
Blade at the ready.
Okay, that was a little strange. And we'll read it again.
The cover proudly announces this book to be Flumph Mating Rituals.
And we have some bonuses to our rolls here. These are intelligence checks.
Of course, it was Bibberback.
So we can swap out the circlet of blasting for the warped headband of intellect. And now, if Wyll reads it,
The cover is cool in your hand and very slightly sticky.
now you can see he's got a +3, basically, for him. So we'll do an investigation here. Got a DC of 15. We've got a +3 added on. We'll add in some guidance. Good deal. Got a good roll today.
The scrutiny proves too much. The lurid text melts away before your eyes. An illusion. What remains are simple instructions written in a spare hand. The secret to forging adamantine.
Okay, so the book is not what it seems. It was disguised to avoid giving away too easily how to work the Great Forge. Now, we're going to run into this later on, but just know that there are instructions in here about how to operate the Adamantine Forge. We don't have any of these materials yet. We don't have any of that sort of stuff yet to even begin to deal with it. We're not going to get into that until we cross the lake into a new area. But for now, just know that that book, passing the intelligence check to read it, gives you instructions on how to use the Adamantine Forge. In this day and age, it's not really that huge a deal that you understand or you pass that check to read it, because there are guides all over the internet that talk to you about this stuff. So it's not really a huge deal, but if you're following along the game and doing, you know, this the game's way, so to speak, then that's where you get the instructions on how to operate the forge. Okay, is from that book. So now continuing on in here, holding Alt, we do have another mushroom over here. And we have the Shadow of Menzoberranzan.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
Okay, so looking here, the Shadow of Menzoberranzan is a helmet that gives you a class action shrouded in shadow. It basically lets you become invisible. Once per long rest, you can use your action to become invisible. It's incredibly cool as a power, and is something that I'm definitely going to replace the Helmet of Grit with. The Helmet of Grit, again, gives you, when you're 50% hit points or less, you gain a bonus action, and we saw that pop in to play during the last encounter where we had 3 bonus actions. So it makes it, you know, kind of nice to have that 3rd bonus action, especially with Astarion, who can do so much with his bonus actions. But we're going to try out the Helmet of Grit for now and see how that plays out. What would be also interesting to do is to swap his scale mail out for the studded drow armor. He'd drop an armor class, but he would get rid of the disadvantage on stealth rolls. So it would be more of an RP, you know, a role-playing type thing than anything, but it would be interesting to try. And we're going to leave the Helmet of Grit in his inventory, so he can use it as, you know, as need arises, so to speak.
Slow down.
But that's what you get for the rewards from the Sovereign, so we can go over here also and sell off some of the stuff that
We'll be clearing out soon enough. No point in lingering now I've got the noble stock.
so we do have an onyx that we can sell. Everything else we're keeping in here. And then there was also on Wyll, we have a whole bunch of poisons that we don't keep around anymore. I think that's about it. Yes, we're going to deal with this now. So let's go to Jorval's inventory. We'll clear out some of these camp supplies that are here. And now, oh, we also have some more fossilized shells. Can be sold.
This'll do wonders for the shop.
Keep getting lost like that.
Okay, so now let's go and we'll look at these items again. Because now we have the Icy Helve, we have Icy Metal, and we have Icy Crystal. And now we can combine all of them. And that gives us... Okay, there it is. It gives us Morning Frost. Now, Morning Frost has the Heart of Ice enchantment. So when you cast a spell or cantrip on an enemy, you inflict Frostbite for 1 turn. So Frostbite is, you can see down there at the bottom, a frostbitten creature that takes cold damage will take an additional 1 cold damage per turn of Frostbite remaining. So when you cast this on them, they get Frostbite for 1 turn. And then if you hit them with a cold damage spell or with an ice arrow or something like that, they're going to take an additional 1 point of cold damage because you've inflicted Frostbite on them for 1 turn. If you were able to somehow stack Frostbite, you could get, you know, 2 or 3 turns worth of Frostbite inflicted on them, and then when you hit them with an arrow, they would get 2 or 3 extra points because of cold damage because of how much Frostbite, how many turns you have remaining on Frostbite. It's an interesting weapon. It's just not very useful in my mind. It works with cantrips, so when Wyll is casting his Eldritch Blast, he would inflict frostbite, and then he basically gets +1 damage every turn because he's inflicting frostbite, and then his next turn he's going to be have 1 turn of frostbite remaining on the target, and he's going to get +1 out of it. It's just, I guess if you gave up the Staff of Crones and you weren't casting Ray of Sickness every turn and you were going back to Eldritch Blast, or if you had you were casting Firebolt with Gale or something like that, that's another cantrip, then again might be more useful. I get more use out of being able to cast Ray of Sickness, however, than I do out of casting Eldritch Blast. So if I look at Wyll,
Defender of the people.
Wyll's Eldritch Blast is 1d10 of force damage, where Ray of Sickness is 2d8. So Ray of Sickness is a Constitution saving throw. Eldritch Blast is just a whether it hits or whether it misses type of thing. So I think I'm better off served with the Staff of Crones. Now, in the full playthrough, where you have to start giving Wyll more and more artifacts, the Staff of Crones is one of those artifacts. So maybe at some point I would move back to Eldritch Blast as my main damage dealing cantrip. But for now, I don't need it with the other things that I have. Now, the magic missile that I'm getting is from the Sapphire Spark. So if I cast that level 1 magic missile here, it's going to gain an additional 1d4 psychic damage out of, as I cast it. So just like the Circlet of Blasting giving me another offensive spell to use, that's what that does. It gives me another guaranteed damage, always going to hit spell that has additional damage on every projectile. So it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice to have around. So okay, so now here, now that we've cleared out our followers here, we can head back up to the Blighted Village. And the reason we're going to do that is to clear out another quest. That's we're going to come in here into the basement. You can see we've got a quest marker for this forge here. Okay, so we're going to come down here and we're going to turn on the forge. We're going to use the bellows to turn the forge up a notch. And now we can click on the forge again. And now we have some items here that we can combine into here. So if I look at what we've got here, I have the Susser tree bark. Oh, no, I need to put in... Yes, I need to put the Susser tree bark in there first. Okay. And now the forge turns blue. And he says now for a great sword, a sickle, or... I can't remember what the third one was off the top of my head. But we are carrying around... Oh no. Did I really? I did. Did I really do that? I did. Okay, fine. Sorry. Detour. Detour back to the Myconid colony. We'll go check Blurg again.
Welcome back. Have you made any new discoveries?
We'll see why.
I do enjoy a good bargain, if anything in my private collection is to your liking.
We sold the greatsword. that we've been keeping around all this time, we sold it. So Wyll can also sell these 2 fossilized shells that you're carrying. So, okay. So yes, we got our greatsword.
Very well. I have mushrooms to catalog.
Alright, so now we can head back up to the Blighted Village. And head back over here. Whoops, this way. Thankfully, the forge doesn't burn out or anything like that, so you don't have to worry about losing it once you put the bark in it. So, you can, if you don't have any of those weapons, you can go and find them and add them in. So here, we're going to put this greatsword here, and now we can combine again.
The roaring furnace awaits an offering. A candy-sweet scent wafts forth. The Susa bark infuses the weapon from within the flames. The flames sputter away. The sword is complete.
Okay, so we completed the Finish the Masterwork weapon quest. What that gave us is a Susser Greatsword. Okay. Now, it's a +1 Greatsword, so immediately it now puts us back on the +1 Great Axe type of damage. But it also silences the target on hit. This is your mage killer weapon, so to speak. Great weapon to have, again, as your backup weapon. So I'll take the Exterminator's Axe, and while there is quite a few things where I might be able to get that conditional damage, small creatures that pop up, it's easier just to have the Susser Greatsword in my inventory as the backup. So I'm going to send the Exterminator's Axe to my camp. Again, these ones that are conditional, I don't sell them off. I just put them in my camp because at some point during the full version of the game, there might be an encounter where that, provisional item could, cause a lot of extra damage or help me out in a lot more situations. So you don't throw or you don't sell those, you just put them in storage somewhere, and then if you run into one of those encounters, you can just reload that encounter and go to your camp and pick up that item and use it. So it's going to go in my camp just like the Vision of the Absolute did, even though I forgot to pull it out before I fought the Spectator there, because they have some interesting interesting options to them. So we're going to go back to the Selenite Outpost now, or the Selûnite Outpost now, and we're going to head back out the way that we were. Dead Spectator sitting up here. Yes, you can reach it. Okay. We're going to head down the rock here. And head over here and basically get back where we were. So next we'll climb down here. Jump across to here. Wait for everybody to come back down here. Okay. Fine. Do it. Okay, so Astarion made the jump, so Shadowheart did not.
Have to keep pushing.
And get Astarion out of the way.
Where are
Bring Wyll down here. Jump him across. And now everybody's back together again. Okay. So, remember we came down this way. It looked like we missed a chasm creeper here.
Such depth to the shadows. I don't care what others say about the Underdark. It's beautiful down here.
I'm used to a crimson.
Okay, and now we'll drop back down here. And remember, we went down this area over here, this cragged rock over here. So now we'll continue exploring into this area over here. Into this area here. Okay. So again, we're gonna toggle everybody to hide again. And we still have somebody not with us. We'll wait for them to catch up.
I don't need any attention right now.
So now in here, again, we'll just take it slow.
One hell of a mole.
Okay, they failed all their nature checks, but that's about the torch stalks.
These boots have seen everything.
Okay, and this is where we were. The holy wall over here. You just can't get across this by jumping. Okay, and we're not going to go up this way yet. Okay, trying to grab these mushrooms. They're just being difficult. Yeah, can't reach them. So they're stuck underneath there. Okay. You can see we have what looks like a fairy circle here.
Perfect ring of mushrooms. Nature or magic?
Okay. Well, we'll find out. Let's not get everybody too close here. To that. Okay, we're gonna come over here.
This drow's body is crushed. Must have fallen from pretty high up.
Okay, so that's giving you a hint about what's happening. Okay, and here's the drow he was talking about. Roll a charm person. Light crossbow, leather armor. And we have a journal. Okay, so the interesting thing about this is no less than Malice Do Erden had. That last name should be familiar to some of you. Yet my time will come, soon I'll return to Menzo Baranzan and Sorcerer, then the Archmage will worship me, I will be served. We picked up the hood of Menzo Baranzan just a second ago. So now we look at this area here, and what we're going to do... Okay, so his investigation failed, so we're going to cast Guidance on Astarion and bring him up here. His investigation failed.
Secrecy above all.
So we'll use Guidance with Shadowheart.
Got to press on. Hidden away,
Okay.
but not hidden well enough.
Now you see that one disappears. Okay. So
I could get used to this.
now if we... I don't know if Astarion can make it. Okay, so we can make it up here.
Well, hello there.
Okay. So that one disappears. Okay, so this one's too high. So he's not going to be able to do this little section here.
Waiting with bated breath.
So I don't need him hidden here. He can jump up here. Okay, he can jump here. Okay, now his investigation failed. So you don't know. You have the opportunity to jump to either one of these. But you don't know which one you're jumping to, because one of them is not there. Okay, it's an illusion, and that's what they were talking about. This drow must have fallen from a large height.
What's next?
That's what they mean by this. So let's see if I can cast guidance on Shadowheart and see if Shadowheart can jump up here.
Hidden away, but not hidden
Okay,
well
so
enough.
that was the false one. And now that one, oh, says she can jump over to there. I don't entirely know if this is true or not. Oh, it is.
What's this?
Okay, so those two disappear. So now you know that this one is correct. And this one is correct. She can pick up the Sylvan Stone here. Okay, she can pick it up from up here. Okay. And now you see there's a mushroom circle up here. So now that we're up here, okay, so as you get close to it, now you can see it also triggered the one down below. The cinematic obviously needs some work. So now you can see that the
Is that blood? No, never mind.
mushroom circle
At the ready.
has activated.
Hello.
Oh.
Dear.
Yes, yes, yes. Okay, so whose Wyll is still hiding?
No one stopped me yet.
Okay, so now we can click on the mushroom circle. And it takes you right back up to the top as a group. Okay. So kind of a tricky little parkour puzzle here. To get you up to the top. But once you get up here to the top, everything is open and available to you. So we do have another Sylvan Stone here. Holding Alt and looking around.
How much farther can I go?
Okay, just got some skulls here. Now you see we have a quest marker back here.
Another illusion. Is anything real down here?
Okay. So where there's another fake wall here that leads you into this area. Okay, with another mushroom circle. It says Path to Moonrise Towers on it. Probably a good time for me to save. Okay, and looking around in here, there's another Sylvan Stone here to pick up. It looks like there's one here, but doesn't look like it's active or usable. I don't think there's anything up here. There's not. Now if you click on the mushroom circle, okay, it takes you to the overgrown tunnel. Now, it might be recognizing where this is. This is where we fought the hag. Okay. This fake door here, which you can jump up to from here and go through, is a pathway between these two areas. That's why there's always been a quest marker here inside the swamp here to lead you to Moonrise Towers, is because this mushroom circle brings you here into this area. Now there's nothing up here again to loot. Again, there's a fake door here to bring you up here.
Open up.
I don't think this has anything. Yeah. There's nothing up here to loot from what I remember. I guess there are some some camp supplies. And a cleaver. But yeah, it's just another way around. So, and again, I don't think there's anything out here. Yeah, invalid target, so this doesn't take you anywhere. Okay, but it is another way to get into the Underdark from the overworld. Okay, so there are again multiple ways to get into the Underdark. You can get in them through the Centerlight Outpost. You can get to it through the Zentrum basement. You can get to it through here as well. All perfectly valid options to get you through it. When you walk up to the mushroom circle here, the bottom one's going to activate, so you don't have to do the parkour down thing to get there. So just multiple ways to get into the Underdark, and all of them really cool. So now we're done in this little area. We're going to bring everybody down here and then kind of turn around and just get rid of that torch stalk just because I can. Okay, and now we're ready to make our way up into this area. Okay, so this is the last area of the map down. Well, we still have some little areas down here which we'll take care of before we're on our way out, but there's nothing in those areas for us. So what we want to do here is to make sure that we're hiding.
Scorched ground.
Okay.
Better watch out.
And the reason for that is exactly what we just encountered. Okay, so we're going to hide him again. And you can see we now have detection cones.
Softer than a whisper.
Okay.
Time to press ahead.
Now, for Astarion, he's obviously the person that we want to deal with this sort of stuff. You can see what's causing us the problem is this arcane turret up here. Okay. We need to find a way to stay out of its detection cone, or that being said, if we can't find a way to stay out of the detection cone, then we need to find a way to destroy this without taking too much damage from it. You can see that there's another one over here, and then you can see it's going to lead us into the Arcane Tower. These yellow dots for now are the arcane turrets that are not aggroed on us, but as soon as we walk out there into that area, just like the kind of magic defenses out in front of the Selenite Temple, these things will activate as well. And they do not discriminate. They just won't like the fact that you're there and that you're firing on them. So, or that you're trying to intrude on this place. So, I think what we're going to do is we're going to save the game there. And we are going to pick up next live stream right here and show how to navigate this area and deal with these arcane turrets. Using Astarion to sneak through this area here. So I think with that, we'll just end the stream here. Again, I'd like to thank everyone, as always, who joined me today. Without your support, none of this would be possible. This is Commander Jorval saying, until next time, fare thee well.